What's going on, gamers? I know y'all have been enjoying all those announcements coming to all platforms, right? And then we saw yesterday we got the new Black Myth title, right? Yeah, it gets interesting. Starting off with kind of a poem in a way, right? It says right here, officially unveiled today. And I know a lot of people thought it was going to be the DLC because last year they said that Wukong was not finished, right? And that they wanted to like add a DLC to add in things. They might still be doing that. But it gets even more interesting. People are probably wondering, because let's think about this too, guys. Pony, sit down. Except real gamers on PlayStation. Um, the original one was part of Sony's Chinese Hero project. Same thing with Lost Soul Aside, right? And a couple other games, which means Sony has funded it. But I think how much money this made, they're probably massively independent now in a certain sense, and they're like, no, we're just putting it out everywhere. Um, and we're gonna find out if this is coming to Xbox today or day one, right? Or at least we're gonna get some sort of hint. Because was there a trailer for Xbox for Black Myth Wukong? You wonder, right? And does Sony have something to do with their Chinese Hero project? Well, we're gonna get into that. So down here it says developed by Game Science. We know Black Myth Zhong. By the way, different protagonists. The second entry in the Black Myth series was officially unveiled today with its CG teaser trailer, which we're about to get into. As we see right here, the single-player action role-playing game draws its primary creative inspiration from the famed Chinese folk figure, Zhong. As the project is still in early development, no in-game footage is available at this time. So if you guys didn't know, you can know who this guy is. He was traditionally regarded as the hunter of ghosts and evil spirits. He appears as a giant with producing eyes, a long black beard, and a furious countenance. In Chinese mythology, Zhong Kui is linked to the five bats of fortune and has the power to summon 80,000 demons to obey his every command. We're talking about ancient stuff. The image of Zhong Kui appears frequently in Chinese art and craft throughout the country's history, usually as a guardian spirit on home gates. According to the Chinese tradition, Zhang Kui was once a human who studied diligently and competed in statewide imperial examinations. Despite his outstanding academic performance, he consistently placed first in every exam. The emperor deposed him from the legitimate title of Zongyong, top scorer, due to his deformed and unattractive appearance. As you keep on going, you really get to see what happened. Anger at the injustice he had endured drove Zhang Kui to take his own life by repeatedly banging his head against the royal gates. After he passed away, the Chinese underworld judge, young Lu Wang, as we know that everybody has their own underworld judges, saw great promise in him. His powerful resentment gave him strength, and his hideous appearance scared away evil spirits. Zhong was then bestowed the title King of Ghosts and entrusted with the responsibility of hunting, capturing, leading, and enforcing discipline and orders among all the ghosts on the other side. So, in the Chinese film, so we say right here, no ghost walk the earth till born of human heart. On stage, on and off, immortals fall to fiends, their perfected art. Like you kind of get the idea of his theme. And then we're about to watch the trailer. But what's interesting is Xbox has uploaded something later on. So we're going to see if that's different than this trailer. Let's take a look into it. It's very interesting. By the way, I loved Black Myth Wukong. Beat that just to prove it to you guys. Before we watch this trailer, I will pull my Steam up right here. Let's take a look at this. So, the fact that Microsoft has a trailer.
Help me out. You ain't even trying. It's all me. Look at that belly of yours. Where's the mountain? Hey, you're falling flat, losing again.
Drop that coswallop. Master will take us back. As long as we keep that mountain in her heart.
Yeah, sorry about that interruption, guys.
Hey.
You're scolding, you're not flogging, life spared. Why risk going back? This way, we've got food on our table and...
So after reading what I just read to you guys, do you get the idea of these doing his bidding, the summonings, where he's coming from, what already happened? You see, this is Zhong right here, Kui. And it gives you the idea about the Chinese mythology because it gets very interesting. This is why I'm going to go to this, guys. Black Myth Wukong has trademarked for the next 2 decades. There was not only was that not sorry, but Black Myth. Not only is Black Myth Wukong the first, but after that is Zhong Kui. Then we played Jiang Ziya. Then we played Zhao Qiang. Then we played Da Huang, Shanghai, and Su Xin. If you look into Chinese mythology, you'll figure out a lot about these characters, and this is how we get these series. So China is taking this very serious and putting their legacy onto the line with this. If we think about them trademarking this for the next 20 years, that's how long China plans to stay in the gaming industry. So now we know who this is. The second one. After that. When everyone saw this yesterday, they're wondering where's it coming to? You know what I mean? Because we didn't see anything. And we saw Black Myth Wukong drop on Xbox today as well. And it gets very interesting because they like to do these reveals on these certain release dates too when things happen. You notice how it's kind of closer to around that. Watch the way they do things because in China it was the 20th. Maybe not for us. They have this Black Myth ritual that they do yearly to reveal things, and I noticed that they do that with this game. Something I'm just starting to pick up, but I'm very excited to get into Zhong Kui. As we know, if we have, well, maybe this may come to the third, but it seems like this may be the list, right? The way that things are working here. So going over to the Xbox version, if you click on this, which I think is pretty much the same thing because I haven't really seen it. Let me see. Okay, it is the same thing. So Microsoft uploaded this, but this gives you the idea that I don't think there's going to be a money hat uh, coming this time. If so, why let them launch that trailer, right? I think things are changing around this time. I can sense technical difficulties for the Xbox release that will be fixed exactly 1 year after the original release. You guys get the sarcasm right there? That's actually pretty funny. Chinese characters with Cockney accent is fantastic combo. Hopefully Sony doesn't money hat this one later as well. We see this being a big thing that is here already in the Xbox comments here. Are we going to get the game at the same time as everyone else this time around? Yeah, I wonder. Let's go ahead and speed to the end right here and see if Microsoft's going to show something else. Or they just put their logo at the end. Yeah, that's basically what that was for. Okay. So far, what we do know is that it's looking like, because I think if you money had something, you would be putting up a trailer. That don't make no sense to me. Um, so yeah, I could see that happening for sure. Because I think it's like an early sign. This game is early in development, so got years to go, right? I don't think we're gonna see this game to probably like next gen at the beginning or something like that. So if you're thinking about it, I think it's gonna be day and date because it'll be on the Xbox anyways, the next gen Xbox anyways, right? Think about this. You're gonna have it on PC with Steam, and it's coming to PC day one. Does it really matter? If you're grabbing it off of Steam, if they didn't get it? No, that's why I think the case that it may be the case. If you guys are thinking what I'm thinking, because this game is not ready for a few years, and at that point, it's just going to be on the next Xbox, which is kind of like a PC anyway. So why does it really matter? It doesn't. But going back over here, this is where things get very interesting because we're like, wait, so man, we're gonna be getting all those games. That's pretty awesome. This blew off. This blew off. I post gaming info. Follow me kindly for gaming info and clips. What's my source for this info? Give her a follow. She enjoys delivering Souls-like games. This is the person that basically was giving the info that found out about the series right here. Delicious. Mom and wifey, cool. Always like to see more of that. Just found out Game Science trademarked a whole lineup of Black Myth Wukong games in 2022, up to 2022 to 2020. So, yeah, looks like we're set for quite some time, right? And imagine if some of these games too are getting DLC or expansions. Let's see what they do with Black Myth Wukong. I wonder if they're still going to follow through with that expansion because remember, we're playing their worlds and they're going to be the front line that we're going through. Interesting stuff. This is the type of stuff I like. I want this unique imprint coming in the industry. So we're like, okay, I see in that Chinese DNA. I see the Indian Hero Project because that's happening, by the way, with Sony. That's coming up to fruition, right? Then we see stuff going on with Korea that's coming into fruition, and they're joining in with the Western society and the Japanese society. Now we have all these different other cultures coming in, putting their unique imprint into gaming, and it's awesome. And I love seeing the teamwork happen. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see how this turns out. So let me know what you guys think about this. We got a lot of info today about the Black Myth series. Peace out, y'all. Have a good day. Later.